Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. As the title suggests, I seem to have come up with my own words, or sometimes come up with my own words. Like most people call them First Nations, people of the Americas or whatever, but or of Canada or America or whatever. But I call them First Nation for some reason, First Nationists. But anyway, yeah. So this video is about how I'd love to support such communities to come together and like support each other, like indigenous or First Nation as I call them, people of the Americas, like Canada, America itself, Brazil, and the rest of the Americas, coming together to support each other, and also like people who might be able to support them as allies around the world, like in terms of human rights, supporting their artists, writers, poets, and just generally their creatives and people like that. So I thought I'd share that idea, and hopefully, who knows if the idea will spread and more people will think it's a good idea and take it on board, and like try and work towards it, like discuss what human rights people from the Americas should have and what sort of rights they should have to their land in countries like Brazil and Canada and America, Peru, and basically all of the Americas. Geography is not my strength, so I don't know how many countries are in the Americas, but I literally mean all of the Americas, people, indigenous people from all the Americas working together, and maybe even working with other groups like indigenous people from Africa, also Australasia, like the Aborigines, Torres and Straits Islands, and Maoris and people like that, and also people from Asia. So as ever, I'd love to hear what you think about that idea and what you think are the best ways to support them and help them out. And I'd love to support their artists and help them to promote their artwork around the world, and support them in areas like healthcare, again, like their creatives, poets, writers, and people like that. And I have other quirky ideas, of course, as per usual, like I'd like to see it's my dyslexic creativity, if you like, or maybe even mentally ill creativity. Like people say, there's a method to madness as well. So like normally I like to stick to certain themes on certain days, but as I said before, like as I mentioned before, I'd love to see football or soccer, if you like, academies or Calcio academies and because I'm a fan of Italian football, as I mentioned before, and also Celtic, I would love to see those be the first to have both supporters clubs for like, so basically indigenous people from the Americas supporting Italian clubs and Celtic, but also getting play for their academies, like their football or soccer or Calcio or whatever you want to call it, academies. So getting into that sport, which to me is the best sport, is like fast, it's dramatic, it's if you ever watch some of these football games, you'll see like how fast paced it is, and like how dramatic is and all that. No, I think it's the easiest sport to try and convince people from America itself, like just generally, not just indigenous people, but just generally people from America to get into, because it's a fast-paced sport. And like they say, cricket is very slow, and you can have a game for 3 days, which ends in a draw. So I don't want to offend anyone, as I often say, but I think that football is, to me, is the best sport anyway, and I think it is the most popular for a reason. Really, it's fast. It very rarely ends in a draw. Like if you look in league games, generally, if you draw, you lose points, rather than actually comparative to if you win. So the idea is to go out and try and win games, and obviously defense is a part of it, but you still have to kind of attack. I think most successful teams are pretty much always attacking, almost always. Very rarely are there examples of defensive teams that win. So it's quite an attacking sport, competitive and all that kind of thing, and it's got a lot of drama in it. I love to play football as well. And you have to think as well, and you have to use your mind. So as some people describe it, as the biggest game or longest game of chess, because you have to suss out your opposition and all that, but it's also about fitness as well. So there is a physical aspect to it. So yeah, I think I can see Americans getting into football, or as I say, they might call it soccer, or in Italy they call it Calcio. So yeah, in the future I hope to talk about some of my quirky ideas about how I hope to improve relations between countries like Italy and India and China and places like that through football. Like Jai Hind means long live India, I think, and so I thought of like Jai Italian football, which could mean like long live Italian football, but that could be a connection between Italy and India, like where they practice football together. Hopefully, if people are able to travel in the future, and like Indians getting into Italian football, and also like there could be Calcio China or things like that. So using my dyslexic creativity, I'd love to think of ideas like that. And I've gone a bit off topic, but yeah. So but also, as I say, I love to support indigenous people from the Americas, as I say, and I love to find ideas about how to support their artists and creative people and generally get people around the world to support them. So as ever, I'd love to hear what you think. And I'm out. Peace and love.